Season 2 continues to be an absolute success and an overall delight. I love this episode. The MVP of this show so far is Eagly. This episode, he is absolutely shines. And we have the quote of the season so far. And my quote of the episode was, I just got attacked by a fucking duck. Watch the episode. If you know, you know. Find out where this comes into reference for. But let's dive into and discuss right now episode 2 of season 2 for Peacemaker. In this episode, we're introduced to kind of the backstory of how Rick Flag Sr. takes over as the head of Argus and also Agent Flurry. So we get a flashback to 8 months with Rick Flag Sr. coming into Argus. He's asking for a report on his son and how he died, and it's revealed in the report that it was Peacemaker who ultimately gave his son the finishing blow that ended up killing Rick Flag from the Suicide Squad. So he now asks for a task force to be monitoring Peacemaker 24/7 and having all reports come through him. So we fast forward to the present day now. Peacemaker is still dealing with the trouble of ending the life of his alternate dimension self. He enlists Adrian to kind of help him clean up that mess and handle that. And then he still has just these sense of regret of what he did, but he's also envisioning the life over there and what it could be. He actually has the phone of his alternate dimension itself, which will come back later on in this episode. But they're planning a meetup of the 11th Street kids. You want to get Peacemaker, Harcourt, Adrian, Economos, and Adebayo. They all want to get together and kind of blow off some steam, have a great night together, because they're actually a genuine family and they're friends, and this like they all kind of like don't fit in anywhere and they all kind of belong together in their group, and that's where they feel the most comfortable with all of them together. So as they're planning to meet up, Agent Flurry now is on the case with Economos, and he's monitoring Peacemaker's house, and they're on the lookout for any just anomalies, and because we know as Peacemaker accesses his quantum unfolding chamber, it sends a ping to Argus. So Economos is kind of balancing the fact that he knows, but he's kind of playing a double agent to an extent. Peacemaker goes off to have the night with his all friends. Economos joins him as well. And Flurry enlists some of the agents of Argus to kind of go in and infiltrate Peacemaker's house while he's away. So, as they're all away, kind of going to their party and playing the things, they infiltrate. And my guy Eagly comes out of nowhere and he absolutely wreaks havoc. And one of the funniest things, too, is Agent Flurry has bird blindness, which is just a whole conversation in of itself that he has with Economos. And as he's being attacked by Eagly and he's just like pecking and scratching and just kind of like going through all of these Argus agents, Flurry is like, I can't tell like what I'm shooting. I can't tell how big the target is. It's a very funny scene. It's just like, well, very well done. So Eagly is just like mowing through these people, and they get outside, and Flurry, like they all get scratched and pecked, and a couple of them end up perishing to go to the hospital. And Flurry kind of recovers consciousness after a while, and he's like, I just got attacked by a fucking duck. One of the funniest like deliveries I've had in this show of all time. But the show unfolds with Chris kind of like getting drunk, going to the alternate dimension, and he texts to Harcourt from that dimension just a hey, and she responds, and that's where we end the episode with him over there. And